So I'm going to show you how to add in your Streamelements overlays onto your OBS. Now this will work for any Streamlabs and things like that as well. So you just simply go over to your Streamelements overlays. And you know where to find them if you've created them. If you haven't created them, you can just go onto a Streamelements dashboard, find the streaming tools, and go down to Overlays Gallery and find the templates there. You can access any templates for free. You can then edit them to your heart's desire. So have fun with that if you haven't created them already, and then you can come back and find out how to actually put them into your OBS system. So I've gone into my overlays and then over to my favorites just so that I have the ones that I'm working with here. So if I go over to my starting one, really, because that's what we start with, isn't it? So simply to get the actual URL that we will need, you can just press the three little dots and copy URL. If you do want to do it while it's open, you just open it up here. And then you go to the top and press on the paper clip here. That then also copies it straight to your clipboard. You then can go back to your OBS or Streamlabs, whichever you're using, and in your sources, you'll want to add a browser source. So if I just label this as starting, and that is starting, and we will make sure that we actually insert the link. So paste that. You'll see that the URL is pasted where it needs to be. And then you'll have to change the width and height to 1920 1080. So it's 1920 width, 1920, and 1080 height. Now this is because this is how big the actual screen is. Now if you control the audio via OBS, it means that any alerts that come through will actually come up onto your stream properly. It'll mean that you can also change the volume if it is a bit too loud for your alert box that's in there. Okay, so if we just make this smaller then so that you can see what we're doing on the actual OBS still. So once you've actually got that inserted, you can then go over here to the three little dots again and go to advanced audio properties. Now this is because even though you'll be able to actually change the volume of what the stream hears, you won't be able to hear it yourself. So if you go into the advanced audio properties and press on the one that you need and change it to monitor and output so that you can hear it and your stream can hear it. Now, you'll more than likely see a lot more of these with the more things that you add in that you control the audio with. Anything that does have loud sound, you will want to control the audio with just purely so that it isn't way too loud in everybody's ears. Even in your own ears, sometimes it can be a bit too loud. So you just want to be able to actually change that. But once that's changed, you'll then be able to hear everything that your stream hears that actually comes from that particular browser. Now, once you've actually got that, obviously, as you saw, it did actually expand it to the full screen. But because I've shortened it, what I'll want to do then is make sure that I click on it, then right click, and to transform and fit to screen. Now, I did say that we can use Control F if you do want to, but I prefer not to use the buttons because I get confused with what buttons do what and I don't want to mess things up a lot of the time. So I prefer to just leave it like that. So if we make that small again, so usually what I like to do is add in my alerts separately, but that's purely because on the live screen I often work with just an image. Now if you are just wanting to work with just an image, so if we hide this for now, so just an image, you just click onto this, there's just the plus sign again, and it's literally just image. And if I just label this as back and find the image that I like to use, pictures. So no, it's in my downloads, isn't it? Let's find this, my custom dimensions. There we are. And then that fills the screen too. Now I like to use this just because it's my colors, but then what we do over that is then just put the game over, and I like to resize it and things. But I only started using the background like this purely because I had more than one thing popping up on the screen, because I had bingo and the game that I was playing on the PlayStation. So if you do just want to work with the background, you can do that, but then you'll also then need to add in your alerts in a separate overlay. So then you'll just need to go back and get an alert one. Now you can create that just by making a new overlay and adding in just the alert box and your emote wall, or no emote wall if you don't want it. So it's fairly easy to do, and all you do is just add it in. And once again, then stretch that to screen again. It's just then transform and fit to screen. So I hope this does help. Now I do like to just use the back on the live screen rather than on the start and in BRB and everything. But then you can use it on anything that you want. You can even use just an image to actually create your overlay itself as ever you want to do it. Just anything that you want to add in. It's just a browser source from Streamelements. There are lots of other ways that you can get your overlays, but it's often just the exact same method. Just add it in as a browser source or a back image. If you do end up with just a back image, you have to be wary of the fact that certain things may not actually appear. If you buy a standard set of overlays, you will still then need to apply certain things to them. All you'll actually end up getting is an image just like that, and you'll want to put it into Streamelements or another source to actually create things that then go on top of it, like the names of the people that follow you or subscribe or donate, whatever you want to add on there. So if you just simply do all that, you'll then have your stream up and running in no time. So I do hope this helps some people figure out how to do this very simply. It's very not hard at all. All you have to do is copy and paste a link, and that's it. So I hope this does help, and I hope you will have fun streaming.